Hello everyone, hope you're having a fantastic Sunday. Today we're going to continue on with 6.4 MSQ. I want to try and get through as much as we can today, although it's very unlikely that we'll completely finish it. But let's not dilly-dally any longer. We'll continue where we left off at the exit to the Aether Font. I believe last time we went to the Aether Font to get a supply of Aether so that we could create our so that we could get the Aether that we need to create a new portal. Anyway, let's talk to Varshan Zero and then Urianje. We are truly indebted to Kokol. I must invite him to Razatan as a guest of honor. I think we talked to them last time, but I don't remember what they said. By simply staying close to you, will I really learn about trust? Yes, Zero, a lot of people have, because I am the protagonist. Like fear to flame, it is time to proceed to the next stage of your plan. With the tank's transportation thus arranged, our first task is complete. We may now turn our attention to the second. To wit, obtaining the blessing of the Isabard contingent to use the Tower of Babel to channel energy onto the moon. That seems like a tricky task. Our destination is Camp Broken Glass, where we may present our petition to Commander Lucia. Well, anytime we get to see Lucia is a good time in my book. Anyway, let's head on over to Broken Glass. Let's see, yeah, we'll just teleport there because I might be able to make it cheaper by taking the ferry ticketer back to Limbs over there, but it's not going to be that much cheaper. Let's see, head on over to the HQ over here. Oh, Varshan's dressed up for the cold. Glad am I to hear that Garlemald's restoration proceedeth apace, and the people no longer want for warmth. But be that as it may, there is no substitute for appropriate garments in such frigid climes, as I can personally attest. Yeah, that's why I commented on it. Here we go again. Here we are again. Yes, Zero, here we are again. Per Ystola's advice, I have changed into clothing more suited to these surroundings. I bet the better to blend in. I hope this will suffice. I mean, it's good enough. Maybe not enough, maybe not quite enough for the snowy wasteland, but it's better than nothing. It's like he doesn't feel the cold. He's just like a body, and that's being possessed by the eye. You are, as ever, welcome, Brillian. I do not believe I have met all of your comrades. Yeah, I don't think he's met Varshan, and maybe not Zero. Brillian, allow me to personally thank you for your assistance during the recent Voidsent insurrection. Incursion, not insurrection. They're not rising up. The recent Voidsent incursion. Your actions saved many. What brings you here today? Pray forgive us for not sending word in advance, Commander, but we seek your cooperation in a matter of great import. You see, we want to open up a portal to the void to the 13th. You know, normal stuff. Indeed. We appreciate you consulting with us, instead of taking unilateral action. Does that mean we shouldn't have come to you? Tis no simple matter to activate the Tower of Babel, and I speak not only for the technological challenges. Personally, I think we must consider the emotional impact of such an action above all else. Very good point. Because we don't have to deal with blasphemies anymore, but reactivating the tower is kind of like trampling on their... What's the right word? Trampling on their honor? Not honor. Their pride. To reactivate the thing that kind of killed everyone. Though we are yet to re-establish a governing body, we provisionally refer to those who remain here as the Garlean community. As you would expect, they are predominantly native guardians, most of whom are uncomfortable with ethereal manipulation, even more so why we should think twice about this. To compound matters, the trauma inflicted by Anima is still fresh. If the tower were to suddenly light up again, it is like to cause distress and reopen old wounds. Better that than face a mass invasion by Golbez and his void-sent hordes. Surely. Of course, we acknowledge the gravity of the situation, as well as the promised bloodshed should we fail to act. Yet, even were we to convey your warning to the public, many simply do not understand the workings of magic or the rift. That's a very good point. Even if you tried to explain it, a lot of them just wouldn't understand. Like Maxima and, what's the blue-haired guy's name? I forget. And like, really, a bunch of the army people are familiar with, or they may not like it and it may still be taboo, but they're a lot more familiar with etheric manipulation because they've been to other countries and they've seen people use magic. But for people who have lived their entire life in Garlemald, it would be weird. They don't understand it and it's not something that they see every day. They will struggle to comprehend why they must be forced to relive personal horrors for the sake of something they cannot imagine. What's there to imagine? Haven't these people seen Voidsent with their own eyes? Actually, they might not have. Let us suppose you encounter someone who is freezing in this cold. A natural thing to do might be to make them a fire, yes? But what if that person's sole experience with fire was being badly burned by it, and they harbored an acute fear? Despite the benefits, nay, the necessity, of the warmth you offer, they may flee on instinct, or worse, misinterpret your actions for aggression and lash out. Very good point. So like the fire that torments this individual, the Tower of Babel torments the people of Garlemald. Yet, we cannot afford to falter here. We must find a way to help them overcome their fear. Is that what this is going to be about? I agree. To that end, the contingent will assist however we can. We should speak with Alfnode and Alize. With the report they have established with the Guardian people, I dare say they can provide us with valuable insights. In the meantime, Urianger, might I ask that you remain here to oversee the technical aspects of the tower's activation? Alright, looks like we ought to meet up with Alfino and Alize. See if they can help us convince these people. If truth be told, had you approached us with your petition earlier, we are like to have declined it. The situation was simply too precarious. But the people have begun to pull themselves up, and I dare to hope that they will lend an ear to your words. I will relay the particulars of your endeavor to the members of the contingent. Rest assured, we will do our best to assist you. Full faith have I that you will win over the Guardian populace. In the meantime, I shall see to it that all is in readiness with the tower. Alright, let's head on over to the, probably the train station, yeah. The Terratum, and meet up with Alfino and Alize. Let's see, there they are. Yeah, Julius, that's the guy I was thinking of earlier. To dread fire even when one is freezing. To become a prisoner of one's fear. 'Tis a fate to which Voidsent too can succumb, I. Of all the things, I've taken the liberty to explaining our objective. I knew you wouldn't be able to stay away, right, Alize? Sure. I'm glad to see you, Brilliant. Mitra has explained our present dilemma. 'Tis no unfounded concern that the Garleans might take poorly to the reactivation of the Tower of Babel. That's putting it mildly. Many would be up in arms over it. Trust in the Ilsabard contingent is fragile enough. We need to tread lightly, or we risk jeopardizing everything we've achieved. I really like that he's, like, become a part of trying to unify everything, when he was originally part of the first? And, like, the group that really hated, that was, like, ruthless and, like, for there, and known for being very, very pro-Garlean. Yeah, we read this. Okay. Trust again. Well, it seems to me that there's not for it but to speak with the people, all of the Garleans. Rather than harping on about the necessity of the plan, we need to lend an ear to their concerns. Then, perhaps, we can begin working towards a compromise. In that case, I'll take you to meet the community leaders. They are at a station called Senatus, near San Aculum Imperialis. I would be honored to speak with them. Right, if we can speak to the community leaders, we can, like, have them relay the message and be like, hey guys, don't worry, they're gonna just activate the tower that causes you mental distress. It's okay. I would be honored to speak with them, though it would be prudent to learn where these people elsewhere stand as well. But that I will leave to the others, save Zero. Might you accompany me? I'm sure those in Tapper's Den will have their own opinions. Alphanode, if I may drag you along. Terratim, we leave to you. You're no stranger to the people here, so it should take little prodding to convince them to speak freely. You mean like how the woman like the soldier who was at Praetorium when we killed everyone? Oh yeah, they're very familiar with me. Then it's settled. Once you've learned what you can, let's all meet at Forum Solius, where we'll have what I hope is a productive discussion. Alright, let's get talking. Let's start from the back and work to the front. Got this serious lad right here. Very serious. No, stop it. The tower is evil. It'll turn us all evil. I don't want to hear it. Leave me alone. Understandable response. Alright, who's next? Fretting Lady. Well, she doesn't seem as serious. Fi! The tower isn't right. I tell you, all those magics. Years ago, when I lived in the provinces, the locals razed our village to the ground with this stuff. Made things appear and disappear and fly and burn. I can still see it when I close my eyes. You've done us a good turn, dear, but let's not talk about that tower any longer. It's unnatural. Well, I don't disagree with you. Okay, who's next? I get the feeling most of them are not going to be on board with this plan. Okay, Malleus. So how about that tower? Activate the Tower of Babel? Are you out of your mind? That abomination transformed my friends and family into monsters. I can't even bear to look at it whenever I step outside. If you want to do something for us, tear that bloody thing to the ground. Yeah, this is about how I expected it to go. What about you, contemplative citizen? Oops. But what's it got to do with Void Scent? I can't say I understand. Still, You people have done much for us, much and more for us Guardians. If you say it's necessary, then that's good enough for me. Yeah, literally, it's been like 1 out of, how many have we talked to? 4? Yeah, 1 out of 4 people have been okay with this, which is kind of what I would expect. Let's see about this last one. Kind of get the feeling she's not going to be too happy about it. Whatever its present state, the Imperial Palace was once a pride of Garlemald. I mean no disrespect to you and yours, but shouldn't the Guardian people be its caretakers instead of foreigners? Though, if we dare to speak thus to some of the contingent, they might make assumptions, cut our rations, or worse. No. Forget I said anything. Please. Yeah, that's about how I expected it to go. Well, looks like we gotta head on over. Was that the park? Yeah, that's the park. Gotta head on over to the park and tell everyone that nobody likes this idea. We got like 1 out of 5 being okay with it. God, yes, this lovely park. Named after the Great Soleus. Definitely not a bad guy or anything. Oh, 0. Weren't you with Varshan? Ulyss is on his way with the others. I hope you found the people more receptive than we did. Nope, not really. Oh, we got a new person here. Brilliant. May I present to you, Lord... I'm gonna call him Genus. No. And Medius? G-N-A-E-U-S. I would imagine the G is silent. Maybe Nias? Or Neus? I'm gonna say Neus. And Neus and Medius. Magistress... Oh, that's a woman. Okay. Magisteris of our political council. Oh, there's 2 different people there. I'm blind. I thought I saw Varshan. And thought it was this guy. I didn't realize there were 2 people here. That's why I thought this was a name. They have been spearheading the effort to establish a new system of government here. When we raised the subject of the Tower of Babel, they insisted that we speak no further until joined by representatives of the Ilsamard contingent. I see Alphinaud and Alizé have yet to arrive, though, so perhaps we should wait? Oh no, that is a man. But I can't. I don't, whatever. It doesn't matter if only some of you are present. We simply wish to make one thing perfectly clear. The Tower is the manifestation of Guardian ingenuity and authority. It was once the abode of the imperial family, and it will forever bear tremendous cultural significance, okay? It is insulting enough that we have to suffer foreigners occupying it under the guise of rendering aid, and now you propose reactivating it? Nay, we have had enough. The Garlean Mald of old may have fallen, but she fell in civil war to her own people, not to Eorzea nor any other land. That's nice. We don't care. We came here to assert our unequivocal claim to our territory. Garlemald, and all that lies within our bounds, is beholden to no one. I mean, that's fine, but yeah, we're not going to be activating it. Yeah, I mean, like to fear to flame, exactly. There is no common ground to be found with these men. In spite of this, you would still engage with them, I guess. I do not begrudge them their hostility. They merely seek to protect their homeland. That said, we must strive to reach an understanding with one another. Yeah, Varshan, that's not going to work very well. We will treat with the Ilsamard contingent, if only to assert our rights. If your intentions are as benevolent as you claim, then you will agree with to our demands. Our sovereignty is paramount importance. On this point, there can be no concessions. Okay, I guess. The fallen empire. Rulers is eager to get out of the cold. Since their excellencies are resolved to negotiate with the contingent, I will escort them to Terratim. I'll also instruct Alphanode and Alizé to meet us there. Lord Matthias, Lord Naeus, by your leave, my comrades and I would speak with the residents of Senatus. Though the Isabard contingent holds the Tower of Babel, it is I who wishes for it to be reactivated, and thus I think it meet that I be present for this discussion. Okay, that's a little weirdly worded, but okay. It's my understanding of your people's hardships, of their hope and desires, of their dreams for the future is sorely lacking. In my ignorance, I would struggle to contribute. Lest you worry, I will not plead our case to a community in your absence. I wish only to identify common ground, upon which we might build a relationship that sees us overcome our differences. Very well. But know that the guards will not hesitate to escort you from the premises should they judge your actions as inappropriate. It is settled, then. You should all head to Senatus. I'll join you after I see their excellencies safely to Terratim. So where is this place that they're talking about? Also, my guess is that we're not gonna be activating this tower. They're gonna come to us, and we're not gonna need to activate it. Anyway, let's head on over to whatever this place is. Yeah, this thing. Because I know that I see that there's a trial at some point. Yeah, there's the Aether Font. Yeah, the Voidcast Dais. I don't know. I thought that was Golbez, but I don't think we're on the final fight yet. Anyway, we'll figure it. We'll find out soon. Now, there they are. The defense bespeak a cautious mindset, more so than Terratim. Well, yeah, Terratim, we've kind of like been working with them for a while. Rulus told us all. You have Lord Naeus's permission to enter and speak with our residents, but not to petition them directly for support. Remember that. Understandable. Here it is, Senatus. A temporary refugee for political dignitaries. Into the tight security. I am given to understand that outsiders are not normally granted permission, are not normally permitted so much as a glimpse inside. We should consider ourselves fortunate to have been given this opportunity. I hope it will be worth the trouble. As do I, Zero. As do I. Enter Senatus? Sure. Okay, they actually... Okay, they just reused Terratim's base and then just changed things up a bit. Yeah, I guess this is similar to using Terratim as a base. The basic design is reminiscent of Terratim, though somewhat embellished. To begin, I propose that we split up and ask the residents of their views on the Isabard contingent and the current state of affairs. We would also do well to learn more about the Enclave itself. Should you observe anything of note, pray keep it in mind. It is through open hearts and open minds that I believe we may yet convince their leaders to work with us for the greater good. Alright, let's go talk to people. Check out this pile of crates. The stockpile of assorted supplies bears markings indicating that they were provided by the Isabard contingent. The Enclave is clearly reliant upon the Alliance for aid. I mean, as as they rely on us for aid, they're gonna be happy. But as soon as they can, at least as soon as they feel like they can be independent, they might try and do something. Which is a bit of a negative view, but it might be true. You want to know what I think? I'm a soldier. I try not to think about politics at all. I'll say this much. Our leaders labor to preserve our culture, our way of life. What remains of that, at any rate? I trust them to do what's best for Garlemald. Okay. How about this barrel of ceruleum? Is this also from the Ilsebard contingent? You recognize the large casks as the very same you and your comrades used to transport the ceruleum from Lapis Manalis. Why they're in Sonatus is unclear. Well, yeah, why are they here? That's weird. Okay, let's talk to Varshon and Zero first. The furnishings are quite lavish. I'm reminded of Troya. And that's all Varshon over here. I don't think there's any other NPCs to talk to. Besides the one that we need to talk to. Please, I wish to hear your concerns regarding the tower. Okay, let's check out this last NPC. Marcus. Or, I think that's what it was. So yeah, this is quite lavish considering the state of everywhere else here. How do I feel about the contingent? Conflicted, to say the least. I've been tasked with the distribution of supplies, and I know as well as any that we couldn't survive without our outside aid. Be that as it may, even though the Empire has collapsed, we have our pride, well that's obvious. People don't want to be beholden to the others forever. And there's no denying that it chafes to see our benefactors occupying the Imperial Palace. I mean, the thing is, they're making a really good point, because that's like a cultural like a very important cultural symbol for them. And we're just, like, occupying it. They're very prideful people. I mean, that's how they were, like, that's how the Empire was built. Finished touring the Enclave, have you? What were you able to learn? Much the same as me, then. They accept the contingent's help out of necessity and harbor a measure of resentment. They have only themselves to blame. If they don't like the bargain, they should reject it. Yeah, except then they die. How many times must I tell you? It's absolutely out of the question. Who's this? What's going on? We were wondering the very same. We came running when we heard shouting. Is Artemis? No, I was trying to explain. Mayhap you can clear this up. The contingent has made a reasonable request, but this man insists that it's impossible. It concerns the magic weapons, which run rampant through Regio Urbanissima. Every time we deliver supplies here, we have to dispatch extra men to defend against potential attacks. To address the issue once and for all, we've proposed the elimination of all machina that loiter near the supply route. But you heard him, they refuse to even consider it. Now, the thing is, you need to ask why. What is making him... Actually, why is the wrong way to phrase it. What is the reason that they're saying it's impossible? The Magisteries have already spoken on this mater. Rampant or no, those war machina are Garlean assets. Furthermore, who is to say they are as dangerous as you attest? It has been suggested that this could be pretense to scavenge magic material for your own ends. I know not if that is the case, but the fact remains, we cannot allow you to destroy them. More speculation by the magistrates, I presume. Ridiculous, but they have spoken, and unless we want to inflame tensions further, there's not what we can do. I like how he just flat out says that's ridiculous. Because again, he's worked with us a lot. How complicated relations become when not grounded in a clear and equitable arrangement. An equitable arrangement? Of course. Will do. I understand the difficulty of your position. As a soldier, you must do your duty and obey your superiors. I have an idea, but I must first speak with Commander Lucia. May I take charge of this matter? But by all means. Let us return to Camp Broken Glass, where we might discuss a solution I believe will satisfy all parties. Wonder what he's thought of, because he didn't really say anything. He just said that he was going to need to talk to Lucia. Oh, come on, you're not going to teleport me back? Oh well, I'll just teleport there. It's still technically in the same region. Alright, let's head back over to Commander HQ. Who is this person again? Oh, don't worry about him. I have completed my inspection of the tower. Thou shalt be pleased to hear that the transference of Aether will pose no difficulty. What do you suppose he has in mind? I have no idea. Leave this to me, my friend. Okay. He seems awfully confident. Yeah, he sure does. You're returned, with glad tidings, I hope. Maybe. Surprised this hasn't had any voiced cutscenes yet. It's like 6.1 through 6.3 had a lot of voiced cutscenes. Maybe they realized they needed to tone it down a little bit. Welcome back, all of you. I pray there have been positive developments in your efforts to appeal to the Guardian community. Kinda. Mayhap not yet, but there is a method by which I believe all shall stand to gain. As satrap, I intend to propose a trade agreement between Razatan and the people of Garlemald. I'm not quite following your thinking, Varshan. You're gonna need to elaborate a little bit. Please continue. The people of this nation have lived through its collapse and more, yet they have chosen to remain, for it is their home. That they have been able to survive thus far is thanks to the Ilsabot contingent, or rather, in less flattering terms, they are entirely at your mercy. Well, that's true. Despite your noble intentions, this one-sided relationship has fueled feelings of frustration and resentment. Oh, okay, I think I see where he's going with this. 'Tis no surprise then that some Guardians are loath to engage with foreigners, for fear of indebting themselves further, or surrendering more of their already limited autonomy. That is why I wish to present them with an equitable arrangement. One that would restore to them a sense of agency after having been forced to rely upon charity. And yeah, okay, that's where I thought he was going with this. So that's a really interesting observation that I hadn't even considered. That the whole reason, one of the huge reasons that they don't like working with us is because they are basically relying upon us, and that we basically have full control over them. Because one of the people in there was all worried that we would end up cutting their rations because they were mentioning something that may possibly be misconstrued as rebellion. And so this actually fits perfectly. Easier said than done. What exactly did you have in mind? Long have Garlemald and Razat Han abided by the Treaty of Non-Interference. Freely have we traded with one another, and I wish but to continue in this tradition interesting. We would provide your people with such supplies. We would provide your people with such supplies as you require, in return for which you would grant us leave to use the Tower of Babel, as well as share your magic resources and expertise. I still don't think they're going to agree to this, but the fact that it's a different party might make it possible. As we become more reliant upon your technologies, we will of course require more ceruleum to fuel them. This you possess in abundance, and for it you will be duly compensated. Razat Han's culture will be enriched by your magic wonders, and our ever-increasing demand for your wares will see Garlemald grow wealthy and prosperous. This is very similar to what happened in 4.3 or 4.4. No, it must have been 4.3. 4.2 or 4.3, where Nanamo made the deal with I think it was Lord Dorito, to get the jobs for the Alamegans, because he was able to set up a bunch of his shops over there, and then he was able to hire people to give them jobs. This is a very similar situation, where Varshan is proposing economic stability, a potential route to economic stability. Because right now the contingent hasn't really shown any sort of interest in trying to do that, or rather, they haven't given a very good path for that, but Varshan's offering them that path. Let's see if they want to agree with that. Only when both sides keep the interests of the other in mind can an equitable relationship be forged. It is a principle I once thought I understood, but have come to appreciate all the more in the recent days. Thanks to your sage counsel of our friend from beyond the rift. Your Excellency, thank you for your careful consideration of Garlemald's future. Though I cannot speak for every Garlean, I myself see no reason to object to your proposal. Indeed, if Razat Han were to take the initiative, other nations may follow suit and seek to normalize trade relations with us. That's going to take a bit, but if Razat Han can do it, then, like he said, people may follow. If you see sense in my proposal, then I ask that you join me in the negotiations at Terratim. Your support may be instrumental in winning over Lord Nace and Matthias. By all means, go with them. I have matters here well in hand. I have learned all that I may regarding the tower's operation, so I too shall heed me to Terratim. I think Maxima's gonna be a better at these negotiations than Lucia. An equitable arrangement. The satrap has a pragmatic vision for the future. Yep. If a trade agreement can be forged, I dare hope it will thaw relations with the Garleans. Until then, I keep on trying to convince them of the need to decommission these dangerous weapons. Diplomacy, that is. Or diplomatically, that is. Alright, let's head back over to Terratim. Let's see, that was... yeah, the Fallen Empire. That's pretty interesting. And a really interesting approach to the diplomacy. Oh, where's everyone else? Can we finally begin the negotiations? A crowd you may have brought, but numbers will not intimidate us. The Tower of Babel is ours by rights, and nothing you do will convince us otherwise. Rest assured, it is not our intent to infringe upon the rights of the people of Garlemald. Let us instead discuss the future. As the satrap of Radzit Han, I wish to establish a new trade agreement between our nations. The aid we presently receive will not last forever, my lords. Sooner or later, we must stand on our own 2 feet. But to do so, we must secure a means to replenish our coffers, and the proposed agreement presents a rare opportunity. Just true, we do not want for Magitech and Ceruleum, and foreign currency will be needed to procure such things as we lack, like guns and things to take over the world again. I mean, what? It would depend on the precise terms, but I can see the merits. What? I can't believe what I'm hearing. You served the Emperor. We're a proud patriot, yet now you entertain selling national resources like common merchant. Yeah, like you can tell this guy shouldn't be one of the leaders. Or maybe he should. Because he can represent the prideful side of the Garlean people, while the other guy represents the more open-minded side. Kind of like Maxima. Like you, I weep for Like you, I weep for what we have lost. But if we are to rebuild Garlemald, we must make use of what precious few assets remain to us. Nonsense! Utter nonsense! You are a traitor, Naeus, and there will be reckoning. Oh yes, when the people of the Senatus learn of this, they will cry out for your blood. What a nice bunch of individuals. Lord Matthias, wait! It isn't safe out there! Oh, that went well. It's like, that's the kind of thinking that'll get your nation destroyed, and your people wiped out. An embarrassing display. A man of Matthias's station should have the capacity to keep his emotions in check. That's true. To the best of my knowledge, Lord Matthias is a civil servant with no combat experience. Should he meet with misfortune, he may fare poorly. Yeah, maybe we should just let him go then. Well, I am thrilled that Lord Aeneas was willing to consider my proposal. I'm worried about Lord Matthias. I fear for Lord Matthias. Again, the world might be a better place. I'm not surprised. Some people cannot be moved by mere words. Well, maybe if we just let him get into a life-threatening situation and then go save him. Bonds of trust. Concern is writ plain on Julius's face. It's far too dangerous for a civilian to be outside alone. We must go after Lord Matthias. I don't think he'd appreciate that. Let us leave matters here in Maxima's care while the rest of us join in the search. If Lord Matthias is bound for Senatus, we may be able to catch up to him in Reggio Urabasima. I pray he has not come to any harm. Well, obviously he's gonna get attacked, and we're gonna have to save him, and he's gonna be like, "You fools!" An embarrassing display. Yeah, we read that. Don't worry about us. Just see that Lord Matthias does not come to harm. Please. Okay. I mean, wouldn't the world be a better place if he did? Anyway, let's go ahead and find him. Looks like we should head to the very convenient circle that says where we need to go. However, shall we find him? Maybe you should look at the map. The map? What map? Nothing. So that's still so imposing. Like, you got these normal sized, like, these are pretty big buildings, and then you just have that. So I think we're, let's see, how far are we through these? We got... Yeah, no, we'll just keep going, obviously. It's only been an hour. Oh, looks like the purple circle of death. No surprises there. Maybe now you're gonna want to decommission this stuff. Oh, well, he's gonna die. Well, Matthias, maybe now you're gonna be a bit more interested in decommissioning some of this dangerous stuff that's wandering around. I'm alive? Well, yeah, I'm here.
Praise the sisters, you are safe.
Don't invoke gods around Garleans.
Don't think I'm indebted to you. I never asked for your help.
Oh, sure, we'll let you die next time.
You love Garlemald dearly, Lord Metius. That much is plain. But you're not alone in that. We all mourn what has become of our homeland. Bristle at having to rely upon outsiders simply to survive the cold. Even now, I struggle with fear and uncertainty. Day after day, I ask myself, what is right? Where do we go from here? I've yet to find the answers. But I won't stop looking nonetheless, and I won't avert my gaze from our grim reality.
Is there hope for us?
Yes, we just gave you a chance.
Aye, so long as we live.
There we go, that's a good statement.
Garlemald lies in ruins, but the bonds between us will never be broken.
Like the chain on the flag.
The chain that connects generations past and future. You and I, it's links. Help us, Lord Metius, for all we have been and for what we may yet become. Please.
To be lectured by the younger, it ill becomes a man of my station.
So does being a whiny baby.
I will rejoin the talks at Tertium. Might I trouble you to escort me? Ere we part, I apologize for my discourtesy. I owe you my life, and I thank you.
Ulyss, wait. I'd like a word. With you as well. I'm to stay close, after all.
Worry not, we shall see the magistrate safely back to Tertium.
What is it?
You bound that man with trust, didn't you? That's why he did not require coercion to return.
Kinda. What? It's not bound.
Shall we walk, perhaps? Chilly, standing around here.
Interesting. Yeah, Zero still doesn't get it.
So that's how Zero came to join you. Still, I'm not sure I'm qualified to explain something like trust.
Yeah, he's well, really.
I wouldn't describe myself as a sociable person. Before all this, any free time I had, I spent looking after my brother and sister. As for the magistrate, I only told him what's been on my mind of late. But I wouldn't have done so, I think, if it weren't for the twins' influence. Trust is infectious, in a manner of speaking. When someone believes in you, it makes you want to believe in them, in others, in yourself. Perhaps it's because the magistrate felt that earnestness that he gave us a chance. As I did, after I was caught trying to steal provisions from the enemy. Trust comes easy in such company.
Little wonder my world is devoid of it. No one trusts in you, and so you trust in no one. And round the wheel turns.
Interesting, okay.
During the Contra Memoria, we had already come to judge one another based on strength and usefulness. You either used or were used. Those who rejected this rule didn't survive. My mother wanted to save the world, to fulfill the hopes of Memoria's good and true. After she died, I carried on her mission alone.
Alone? Didn't you have anyone to help you?
Almost. 2 men tried just the once. A swordsman and a mage, whom I met when passing through a village. They had saved the people there from corrupted Memoriates. When they learned our enemies were the same, they seemed heartened.
Interesting.
They claimed to be soldiers of a kingdom called Baron, and were traveling the realm in search for means to end the Contra Memoria. They invited me to join them. I refused. How could I not, having learned the lessons of my world? Those who would work with others always have their own motives. I would not place myself at their mercy. I would not be forced to submit. I expected some manner of outburst, some show of frustration at having failed to deceive me. But they simply watched me walk away. I didn't know what to make of it then, but now... Perhaps they shared a bond of trust. Perhaps they were the last ones left who dared.
Wonder if we know who those
Perhaps they
people are.
hoped I was like them too. Perhaps it was just an offer, and nothing more.
Or if it's just 2 people.
I continued fighting alone. But ultimately I was undone. Overwhelmed by enemies that had banded together. I was cold, in pain, wishing desperately that someone would save me. And as I lay there in solitude, I felt it happen. The breaking of our world. Darkness washed over me, and I was swept into the rift. When I finally managed to return, it was to a world forever transformed. My home, now filled with abominations.
Getting some more Zero backstory.
I had a chance to learn about trust, and forsook it. I never had the power to save my home single-handed. I should have accepted their invitation. Had I joined them as I've joined you, I might not have had to face the end of the world alone.
When we did the Void quests, and the kid, and the other person that's at the bar in the Crystarium, one of the things that they all noted was that there were a bunch of heroes that all were trying to save the world, a bunch of different warriors of light, but none of them came together and were able to unite and fight. And this is exactly the same story that we've heard before, and Zero was one of those people. It's interesting how she's joining us. Anyway, let's continue.
But it's all history now. No amount of reflection or regret will change our present reality.
Whatever may have happened in the past, you're still here, Zero. Alive. So long as you're alive, there will always be hope, no matter how bad things get. What you couldn't do yesterday, you might still do today. Think about it. It's plain that you've forged bonds with those around you. If you didn't feel that in some sense, would you have risked your life as you did for a meager ration of boots? I trust you too, for what it's worth.
Tips Fedora.
Here it is again. The fire that burned in my breast when you came to my rescue.
Oh.
The urge to weep, though there is no sorrow. If this is trust, then what must I do? How do I answer it?
That's sweet. However you like.
Give me your hand.
That works. Yeah, see, the option doesn't matter.
It's not something you do constantly, mind. A friend is a friend regardless.
A friend. So that's what it means.
Oh, right.
Someone you trust.
That's right, with Xenos. That was sweet. Oh, that was a really short quest. When I first met Zero, I wasn't sure what to make of her forthright to a fault nature. Oh, that's true. But now I understand she's simply an honest soul to the core. Well, that's about right. Thank you. I feel at last as though I found the answers I sought, and I owe it all thanks to you and Hulis. Right then. I expect the others have already arrived back at Tertium. We should join them. Alright, let's just grab the guild because I know I'm going to just forget that I even have the food. Oh, they're just going to take me back to Tertium. Yeah, if the quest marker is going to walk away like that, then it's going to teleport you or show a cutscene. I expect this is going to be voiced as well. Nope, no, it's not. Wow, okay. I mean, the other one was a really important cutscene, so it makes sense that it was voiced. Full glad am I to see everyone returned, and none worse for wear. Various representatives of the Guardian community are gathered here this very moment. I dare say this is a fine opportunity to announce the trade agreement. You've read the memorandum. I trust you find the terms acceptable. I do, and niece, I pray you forgive my disgraceful conduct earlier. I'm ashamed to not only for my behavior, but placing the burden of negotiations solely on your shoulders in my absence. Alright, they went to Tapper's Den, that's right. You should know that, when we brought up the subject of the tower's reactivation, the people in Tapper's Den, some reacted quite strongly. Once we explained that it would be to prevent another Voidsent invasion, however, they were more receptive. It's fair to say that the recent episode is still fresh in their mind. I tagged along to deliver a supply of ceruleum. I have to say, I didn't expect to see such a large crowd. Even the stuffy Imperials, who normally keep to themselves in the Senatus, are here. Ahem, my friends, my countrymen, lend me your ears. I am pleased to inform you all, on this joyous occasion, that we, the people of Garlemald, have entered into a trade agreement with Radzat-Han. To inaugurate our accord, we intend to grant the individuals before you access to the Tower of Babel. In return, Radzat-Han will provide us with supplies, which shall be equally distributed amongst the settlements of our nation. Let us be clear on one point. This is not an act of charity, but trade. A bargain struck between equals, rooted in trust and respect. It marks a significant step towards rebuilding our nation and regaining our true independence. Radzat-Han holds Garlean technology and ingenuity in highest esteem. It is my hope that, through this agreement, our peoples will enjoy a mutual beneficial relationship for years to come. Now then, we bid you gather round to hear the particulars, that you might convey them to those elsewhere. Yeah, they're all going to be hesitant on this. So burdened by hardships and trauma were the people of Garlemald that they were unable to imagine a brighter future. To be recognized as equals, as a nation with something of value to offer to others. That validation alone is enough to rekindle their hope. 'Tis by virtue that this partnership that we may access the Tower of Babel, a rather timely development given the Aether Tank's impending arrival, except for the fact that they were already in there. In the political place, so like, why were they there? Or am I thinking of something else? Once the tower's stores have been replenished, we need to await Ystola's signal to channel the energy to the moon, yes? Then you can leave that and anything else on this end to me and Alpha Node. No need to worry. Devote all your energies to the mission in the void. As ever, I am in your debt. You are good friends. Yep. Alright, let's go ahead and take a quick break. So we go in for a little over an hour. Let's go ahead and lean against this wall. Where do I put this again? There it is. Go ahead and take a quick break. We go for a little over an hour. Time to get up, stretch your legs, go to the bathroom, do whatever you need to, and I'll be right back. Alright, let's get back to it. Go ahead and talk to all of them, and then we'll talk to Uranje and continue on. Good friends, eh? And coming from her, you know she's not just saying it to be nice. Both Ratidhan and Garlemald stand to benefit greatly from this agreement. It may well mark the beginning of a long and fruitful relationship. I'm not wrong to call them that, am I? Friends? No, Zero, that's right. Moments like these give me hope that we still have a place in this world. Well, yeah. Guardian technology shall enrich my people's lives and empower them to achieve great new feats. I'm particularly eager to see what our alchemists are inspired to create. Oh yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Lunar Rendezvous. Urianger wishes to take stock of the situation.
Let us take a moment to review matters as they stand. Having procured sufficient stores of ether, we may now channel the requisite energy unto the moon via the Tower of Babel. Our work on the star is complete. However, we have yet to receive word from Ishtola as to the state of the lunar preparations.
Yeah, you ready yet, Ishtola?
A ritual to open the gate, and measures to forestall a void-sent invasion. Neither task is simple nor quickly completed. She would doubtless benefit from our assistance.
The very thing I was about to propose. Let us join her above and lend what aid we may. Ere we set forth, however, Ishtola did bid me relay a message to thee.
Oh, what is it?
As thou art well aware, a key objective of our mission is the extraction of thy sister Ajdaya from the Void. Held captive for millennia and divested of an eye, she is like to be severely weakened. To make good her escape, she shall require aid. Aid that is best provided by a fellow Great Worm.
He's saying that he needs to come as himself and not as, Varshan.
You would have me go in my true form?
Yep.
Very well. Like our sire, we Great Worms are capable of traversing the great expanse. The journey will take some time, but I shall take myself to the moon. To begin with, I shall return this vessel to Radzadhan, that I may have both my eyes.
Oh yeah, because one of them is his eye. Or this is one of his eyes.
And until such time as we find Ajdaya, I will entrust her eye to your keeping.
Oh right, we actually have one of her eyes, don't we? How did we get that again?
Will you do this for me?
I think Estinian has more experience with this.
We shall contact you via Link Pearl once all is in place on the moon. You need but follow Ishtola's instructions.
Understood. We'll be ready.
Take care, Zero.
It will be the briefest of homecomings. I'll be back before you know it.
In mare elementorum, then. Go well.
To the moon! Let's go. Oh, let's talk to Hulis first. You take care as well, Brilliant. Leave the tower to us. The trade agreement discussions do not require our input, so Alice and I are free to attend the Tower of Babel without distractions. Alright, let's head on up to the moon. Let's see... Okay, yeah, let's just go straight there. Just make it quick. Is meeting everyone up here? Is Stola here yet? The moon. When Xenos brought me here, I remember feeling surprised that such a desolate place could exist in the source. I mean... I guess this is all the source and not just the planet, and whatever. Let's not get into that theory. I'm gonna turn off auto advance because this is... in case this isn't voiced.
I took the liberty of informing Ishtola of our arrival. She and her entourage should be here momentarily.
Her entourage being Loperts? Oh, right. That's right. The Alchemist and Estinian.
Forgive me. I'd hoped to have everything in order sooner. My thanks for the extra hands.
Alphino and Alice stand ready at the Tower of Babel. Vritra is also en route.
Excellent. You've done well, all of you. For my part, I've managed to prepare the ritual with help from the Watcher.
I can't wait till we get better shadows.
All that remains is to channel the ether from below. This should, I pray, open a gate leading to the moon of the 13th.
My computer can run the benchmark fine, so...
May I just say how excited we are to be a part of this grand undertaking. The development of the artificial Atomos was one thing, but this is an opportunity like no other. Ishtola even managed to get a loan of elegant treatises on void sense summoning from the prized collection of the Sons of Saint Koinak. The Empire's application of etherochemistry in regulating void gates provided us with many a useful insight for our work, let me tell you.
I'll tell you what.
I asked a favor of Grahatir when we were comparing notes on cross-rift travel. Given his credentials, I was confident he wouldn't be denied.
He's gonna sneak in and reach the top shelf.
The knowledge of our forebears has brought us far, as has our own. And with our knowledge and resources, we shall construct a void-sent containment seal on a heretofore unseen scale.
Containment seal? Then thou wouldst make use of...
Aye, a tried and tested means of holding dark entities at bay is readily available here. 'Twould be remiss of us not to employ it.
She's gonna use Heidelin's prison for Zodiac.
We shall reforge the brands that Xenos and Fandaniel destroyed.
Yeah, that's gonna take a bit of time.
That which held even Zodiac shall more than suffice for void scent of any persuasion.
You sure about that?
The Watcher is already hard at work, tending to the most critical parts of the brand's restoration. There are, however, a number of concerning factors that remain. With your help, I'm sure we can resolve them.
Time is of the essence, so I suggest we continue this discussion as we make our way to the brands.
Alright, where are we headed? I did not expect us to be remaking these brands. But I mean, it kind of makes sense. It's like, it's right here. Might as well use it. A bunch more people to talk to. So this is one of the brands that once imprisoned Zodiac. Were I to describe it to my comrades back home, I doubt my words could do it justice. Well, that's true. How did you fare with the preparations below? Well, there are a lot of politics involved, Stenny, and you probably wouldn't like it. The seal we mean to erect, I assume it wouldn't hinder a half-void scent like me from going in the other direction? Istola hath done well indeed to devise a seal in so short a time. It is a testament to her ingenuity in times of need. That's for sure. Now then, to the matter at hand. With the Watcher's assistance, we shall reforge each of Zodiac's brands, and use them to erect a barrier capable of repelling void scent. Yet though we expect it to be effective against larger beings on account of its original purpose, there is a chance it will allow lesser void scent to slip through. Therefore, we shall require a second line of defense, and I believe the Lopert's supporters would be suitable for this purpose. What the heck is that sound? Is it you? I don't think so. Orange, brilliant. The two of you have a strong rapport with our lunar allies. I would have you meet with Livingway in Bestway's Burrow and provide any assistance they require. I will join you. As a void sense, my knowledge may be of use. An excellent idea. In the meantime, the rest of us will see to reforging the brands. I will send word when we are finished. Pray do the same. We have matters well in hand. Go, meet with Loperts. It'd be really funny if you look up at the star and you can just see this little thing flying towards you, or just like an animation of Vitra just in the sky flying towards you. That would be a bit weird to do, though. First, we shall see to this brand. We will have this brand in working order before you know it. Alright, let's head on over to Bestway's Burrow. Also, my hand is starting to hurt / tingle, so I'll probably just finish up this quest, and then that's probably going to be all for today. I want to do more, but I'm going to end up splitting this up into 3 parts, unfortunately. Oh, of course, got to go up. Normally I do patch content in 2 parts, but this is a little bit, I just need to stop soon. What are these things? What, you don't like them? Livingway, I trust thou hast been well. There you are. Y'shtola has apprised me of your present undertaking. I understand that she wishes to deploy our pride and joy, the veritable carrots of our eye, our unrivaled combat supporters, as a precautionary measure in case this voice and containment seal of hers proves lacking. As we speak, my fellows are rounding up what units they can, and we'll bring them to the northeast corner in short order. Please wait there. Alright, they said northeast corner. Let's head on over there. And it looks like it's on the upper floor. Right? Yeah. Got any more comments? 0? Ever grateful am I for the Lopert's irrepressible compulsion to help. That's how they were made. Despite their bestial appearance, these creatures are highly intelligent, and much like you and yours. They take pleasure in helping others. I know, it's kind of weird, right? It's gonna be even weirder for her.
dreadfully sorry to have kept you all waiting. Hello there, friends. A new person. We heard there was a bit of a rush, so we gathered what combat-ready supporters we had available.
Sleeping away right there.
A welcome contribution. Thine initiative never ceaseth to amaze.
Oh, stop! You're making me blush! Though we have fulfilled the purpose given to us by Heidelin, aiding the people of Aetheris remains our greatest joy. So you can count on us, ever and always. Right, so, we originally deployed these supporters to patrol the moon and keep it safe. They've never tussled with Voidsent before, but with sufficient data, they ought to hold their own against the ghastly fiends.
Oh, we have Zero here to help with that data.
Practical, tactical data acquired in the moment. And who better to give the supporters an educational thrashing than the champion of Aetheris?
Hi, Zero. I think you're better suited
I
for this.
believe I would make a better instructor. Not only have I fought Voidsent.
What's she doing? What? They'll run away, oh no!
Well, don't just stand there. Engage! 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 Engage!
Okay, sleeping away. Don't break him, Zero. Yeah, I was kind of hoping she wouldn't do that.
That'll do, that'll do! A defeat bitterer than the bitterest carrot. Using this experience, we must enhance the supporters and turn them into Voidsent slaughterbots!
Right.
Indeed. Right after we've managed to put the poor dears back together.
Pray forgive our comrade's enthusiasm. May I inquire as to how long the repairs will take?
Oh no, this is gonna be a Lopert time.
On an ordinary day, I'd say no less than 5 carrots briskly consumed.
Oh, never mind, that's not too long.
But if you were to provide us with encouragement... We just might be able to do it in 2.
Oh no, what is this, Hildebrand? Come on, Arianji, give him some encouragement.
I leave to you.
The sound effects, the Hildebrand sound effects. Lopert's eyes twinkle with anticipation as they await the buoyant... Well, I can't read that because I forgot I left it on auto. I wonder if these creatures are also existed in the Void's moon. But even if they did, they must all be Voidsent now. Though I fear my laudations will leave them wanting, I shall do mine utmost to rally the Loperts right. To be clear, we will always do everything within our power to aid the people of Aetheris. As I'm sure you'll agree, though, it doesn't hurt to have a little encouragement, right? Okay, growing away, get growing. Never fear. We shall ensure the supporters are ready for any void sent brazen enough to slip through. And if they really struggle, we'll rally them. Or at least we would, if someone were kind enough to demonstrate. Slash rally. Oh, thank you very, very much. You don't know how uplifting it is to have you encouraging us. I mean, showing us the proper technique so we may keep our supporters operating at peak efficiency. Right. Singing away, how about you? Oh wait, I got a rally. Oh, rally. That's not how you spell rally. Hum. With you cheering me on, I can do aught else. Do not less than my very best. Rally. What a marvelous feeling. There's nothing like wild gesticulations of encouragement to fire you up, right? Okay, sleeping away. I mean, you're asleep, so... What? Engage! Engage! Right. Oh, sorry. I was just in the midst of... forgive me. The sight of precision parts is strangely soothing and sleep-inducing, but I'll try to keep moving. Okay, well, let's talk to Living Way, and that's probably going to wrap this up for now. I think there's still like 2 more quests. Let's see. This quest is Lunar Rendezvous. So yeah, there's one more quest before the trial. So we'll go ahead and do that and the rest of 6.4 on another day. So again, I said my hand is actually kind of hurting and like tingling, which means I really need to stop. My, everyone is in high spirits indeed. Thanks to your encouragement, we'll have the supporters up and running again in no time at all. Pray attend to your remaining busy work and leave the deployment of our new and improved void-sent slaughterbots to us. Complete. Oh, there's still one more cutscene.
Can you hear me? We've just finished restoring the brands.
Well, that was fast.
Let us reconvene once you've finished tending to matters there. The culmination of our efforts is nigh.
Oh, okay. That was... okay. Well, that's gonna be all for today. Because, like I said just before, my hand is tingling and hurting, which means I really, really, really need to stop. Go ahead and get my finishing pose. That's gonna be all for today. Hope you had a good time. We made some pretty good progress on 6.4. And I'm planning on streaming on Saturday, next Saturday. I don't think I have any other commitments. And I'll keep on resting my hand until then, and hopefully we'll be able to completely finish 6.4, because this is taking longer than I want it to. But until then, goodbye.